What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. I have a very special boot review for you guys today. It's a very unique boot and it's not available in the United States. All right, so jumping straight into it, this is the Asics DS Lite X Fly 4. It is the boot that Iniesta wore for a little while, and then he transitioned to a different model from Asics. But the Asics brand is actually only available in Japan and in some of the other Asian markets. And it's a leather boot that competes pretty directly with the regular non-elite model, basically not the top end model of the Mizuno Morelia Neo 3, not the beta version, because this one actually has a traditional tongue, but you guys will see that as we move into the review. I got these from a really cool dealer out of Japan who is able to send stuff through eBay, which is awesome. So again, I know I plug them quite often. eBay is a great place to find really unique boots that aren't available in the United States. You can get them shipped internationally. So that's how I got these. All right, so I guess we'll just jump into it. This is just kind of a different review for me because I don't know anyone who wears these boots. I don't know, I actually looked up reviews on them and there's no US-based reviews on this particular model, and obviously this colorway as well. These are in the red colorway, which is one of my favorite colors for boots. I think they're so sick looking, and I'm really excited to show you. So this is a basic Asics box. So this Asics box is what most of their running shoes come in. You've got the Asics logo here and the big logo here, and then of course these are in my size 9 US, which is a 27 and a 42.5. So I've heard these run a little bit long, so we'll actually see if I stick with these or I either sell them or sell them on eBay or sell them on another website and then buy a size down or a half size down, I guess. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so pretty basic box. It's very simple, just brown cardboard with some of the logos around here. But let's actually just hop into the unboxing. I think this is gonna be really exciting for everybody. Okay, so here we go. The Asics, this is the sheet of paper that came with it. It's just plugging their company. They actually did a really great job. They put some paper or some of this bubble wrap stuff in there, which I think is a really nice touch. It really adds to the care and all that for the shipping so the boots don't get pushed around. Here we go. Oh, those are sick. Okay, super cool color. There you go. Those are, get this tag out of the way, the Asics DS Lite X Fly 4 in this beautiful red colorway. There you go. To give you guys a good idea. And as you can see, they do look very similar right away to that Mizuno boot. And these compete pretty directly with those. So that's just something to keep in mind when I do try them on. I have pretty extensive experience wearing the Morelia Neo 2s, and I've tried on the Morelia Neo 3s. I have a review on that one as well. So these will be definitely a comparison to those. And then of course, other leather speed boots on the market as well, including the all-white F50 remakes, which you guys have seen and I've mentioned hundreds of times on the channel. So here we go. So we'll get this out of the box. Nothing else in the box here. We'll just throw that on the ground. And here we go. Okay, so really, really good, clean looking football boot. I love the finish on the upper. I think they've done a really good job with this metallic-y, but also matte. It's like a combination of matte and metallic. And I think it just looks insane. Pretty simple sole plate. We'll talk about that in a minute. But here's a couple of the tech specs, at least that I know of this boot. So it's a premium, or what Asics calls platinum leather, forefoot area. So the platinum leather, very similar to the Neo, has just leather in that forefoot area. And then you can see the seam here that divides the synthetic in the midfoot to that really plush leather in the forefoot. I'm actually gonna take this, this little piece of paper out just to show you how soft, really nice leather. It's a little bit more structured than I would say the Mizuno boots are as far as the leather in the forefoot. It maybe doesn't feel as premium straight out of the box, but it's definitely that platinum leather, which is what Asics actually calls this type of K leather. And then in the midfoot, you've got a very similar synthetic material that's got, or a faux leather that looks actually really similar to the Kangalite from a lot of the Nike models that came out, the CTRs being one of the most famous of those Kangalite boots, which are in that midfoot area. And then they've got a really nice suede heel liner that has almost zero padding in it. So I am curious to know about the lockdown, which will be super interesting. And then of course a plastic sole plate, which is the 4x9. So you've got, or 4x8, I guess. So you've got the 8 studs here with the 4 in the back. They're all conical, and they're actually a really nice height, which means hopefully they won't be super crazy on AG pitches. You'll be able to wear these easily on AG pitches, and then also on FG pitches. I do believe Asics does make an SG model of this, so if you are super keen to get this model and to wear it and this to be your boot basically, I would recommend maybe getting an SG pair if you play consistently on rainy, wet grass fields, just because I don't think this sole plate will be as grippy in those types of environments, but we'll see in the on-feet portion of the video if that actually holds up true. I'm gonna try it on the turf. No grass today, but I'll be on the turf. So you guys will get a good idea of what the pivoting is like and all that stuff. So a couple things, obviously the premium or platinum K leather in the front, the synthetic in the midfoot. They've added also these grip elements here on the DS Lite X-Fly 3s. I believe this right here was not these ridged grip elements, but it was actually just another Asics logo. And they've taken the Asics logo away and put these little grip elements, which I guess are supposed to give some sort of grip on the inside. Honestly, they're not that grippy. Maybe it'll just add a little bit of a mental edge, I guess, if that's the word you want to use. So I don't think it's anything special. It's not something like a CTR, what did they call it? Like a pass shield or whatever it was, or not shot shield. That was from a different Nike model. But anyway, that little passing pod basically that was right here, or even something like a Tiempo Legend 9 that's got the passing, like a little extra foam pod in here. There's 3 millimeters of foam in this leather forefoot, so that it does give it a little bit more of a plush sensation, even though this boot is super light. I think this runs right around the 6.5 ounce mark, I want to say, 6.3 ounce mark. So it definitely competes in the lightweight speed category. That's something that Asics was trying to go for that particular market with these boots. Again, these look and really do operate, as far as construction goes, very similar to that Neo 3. I would say, again, not necessarily the beta version, just because that has that knit material in the lace area, right? So a couple other things that I notice about these, as you can see, look how deep this lacing system goes. So what that tells me is this boot is gonna fit super, super well out of the box. The reason for that is you have almost 100% customizability from all the way down to the base of your toes, all the way up to your ankle. And what that's gonna allow you to do, and quite a wide lacing system as well. So what that's gonna allow you to do is, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, holy cow. Okay, so there's 8 different lace holes here on the edge, all the way up the sides, and they even give you an extra one. That's that 8th one up on, there you go, right there. So what that tells me is, in each little piece of your foot, as your foot contours and whatever the shape of your foot is, especially on the lateral or the medial side, it'll give you a really easy way to pull the laces tight, so that each one of those little, if you imagine the lace going all the way down, and that's where it's pulling up and the upper condenses onto your foot and wraps your foot, it'll give you a much more customizable fit. And Mizuno does this a little bit as well in their Neo line. Definitely not as aggressively as these ones, but I think these are gonna fit really nicely out of the box. I am, again, hoping that, I mentioned sizing earlier. Some people have said, I've read some reviews online and genuinely just Google translated some of the reviews online that I saw, and some people say go half a size down with your usual size. My guess is that these will fit pretty well. They might be a little bit too long. If they are too long, I'll probably order an 8.5 just to see what it feels like. And I'm happy to get in a different color just so I can review it as well. but I just think this red colorway looks awesome. The suede inner lining is really nice as well. So there's that suede inner lining. It looks so good and so comfortable. And I'm really excited to see what that feels like. I imagine with a pair of grip socks, this is gonna feel super locked in and really give you no slippage at all. One of the other things that Asics football boots are known for is or actually let's do one more thing really quick that I noticed about the tongue area. So hopefully you can see this on the B cam, but there are one here, and then if I flip it there, one there, if you can see it. So there's 2 holes in this lace area. So oftentimes you have the little flap that you weave the laces through as it's probably second to last lace hole. So if it was like down here, it would kind of make sure that the tongue stays semi-central. But as you know, most tongues move to the side, either one way or another, depending on what side of the shoe you use most and how you cut and how your foot is contoured and stuff. These guys went for a 2 little lace hole system, which actually I think works really, really well. And what it does is it's gonna lock that. There's gonna be no slippage of that tongue side to side, which is such an interesting and unique feature that I think is smart, easy to do, and more boot companies should do that. Most companies should really just do something like that because it's so easy to do and it probably costs nothing. It's just an extra cut in the tongue area, and it seems to be really, really snug on either side, which is awesome. And the other thing, so the thing that I'm going to go back to now is this insole. So this is the same, excuse me, this is the same insole that you find on their running shoes, which is a special type of foam. I'll put the name up on screen. I actually don't remember what it's called, but this is a really lightweight piece of foam, but it's so cushiony. There's really a nice amount of cushion. Hopefully you can see, hopefully that focuses. But it's actually a little bit more padded and noticeably more padded than something from any other boot company, unless you were to do like those carbon fiber ones, but that's a completely different type of insole. Just as far as the foam inserts go, this is one of the most premium ones I've felt. And this is the one that they put, it's the same material that they put in their running shoes, which are very, very famous. Asics running shoes are really good. They've got a ton of different ones, and they're a great running shoe company, really high quality. Full disclosure, my dad actually wears them. So he's worn the gel Cavanaugh for like, God knows how many years, literally since I can remember. I don't remember him in any other running shoe. So that tells you the quality, which is pretty cool. And the other thing that the Asics boots supposedly do, this is obviously something that I'll have to, God, it's really sticky. While I work on this, I'll keep chatting about it. One of the things that the Asics football boots are known for as well is having a little bit of arch support, which is a new thing that I'm not really sure I will like, or I just don't know if I'll like or dislike it. But that's a really interesting piece. So as you see this football boot, it is curved up, it's a little more rocky. And what that does is it mirrors the shape of their running shoe. And what they're trying to do is create a boot that fits and is good for feet like a running shoe is. And what my guess is, and what I've heard, is that the inside here, especially in your arch area, gives you just a tiny bit of support so that when you're running, it sort of, your feet are a little bit less prone to come inside like this. I don't know what the technical term is. People at running stores know these terms, but come in like the pronate, I believe, and supinate, I think is this way. So regardless of whether it is, your feet don't dip in like this, and it really gives you good push off and really good ability to be comfortable in your football boots, especially with a leather forefoot and a kind of fake leather, but leather acting midfoot. I think these will actually be fantastically comfortable on feet, and I'm really excited to see what these feel like. So without further ado, guys, let's hop into the on feet portion of the video, and we'll go from there. If you did have any questions about anything that I might have missed, again, I talked about the sole plate. There's really nothing special about it. There's no carbon fiber. It's pretty snapbacky. It's got a little bit of give to it. We'll see how responsive it is on the on-feet portion of the video. But if you did have any more questions or anything you think I missed, let me know down in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. So without further ado, let's hop into the on-feet portion of the video. All right, fam, so here we are with the X-Fly, DS Lite X-Fly 4. That's such a long name. They need to figure that out. Here we are, they're totally unlaced. We are going to hop straight into the video. Really quick, I do want to give a shout out to Zypher, who are my grip socks sponsors, and they are awesome. These are a pair of non-grip socks, so do keep in mind sometimes when I do boot reviews, or often in the on-feet portion of the video, I use their grip socks because they're fantastic. I love them. They go up the ankle in a really appropriate amount of space. Sometimes grip socks are really long, even though they're calf socks. These are the non-grip version. I wear them all the time. They're my go-to white and black non-grip sock, so go check them out. 10% down in the discount code below. Be awesome, or in just use the link in the description. So thank you so much, Zypher. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, let's hop into the on-feet portion of the video. I'm really excited about these, and I think they're gonna be a really good fit. I have a sneaky suspicion these are gonna be a really, really fun pair of football boots to wear in training for sure, and definitely in games. As you guys can see here, they are already so wide in that midfoot area because of that lacing system. So I'm really excited to see how these fit. So here we go. We're just gonna hop straight into it and get these on feet. Foot slides right in. Oh my days. Oh my goodness, those are comfortable. Okay, so I do feel, if you guys can see that, there's just like a quarter thumb space in the front of the boot. So it maybe is a little bit long, but that's okay. Just gonna tie these up quick, and you guys can really see those two lace holes right here where those laces come in. The laces are not that long, so this knot is gonna be super, super tiny. I'll just single knot it there. Usually I would double knot, but that's okay. So there you go, first look. These look sick. They're so comfortable out of the box. Wow, really, really impressed. I'll get this out of the way, jump into the other ones as well. And again, feet slide right in. The suede liner in the back is so comfortable straight out of the box. I'm really impressed with how these feel. And if you guys are wide-footed players and you can't fit in the Neo, like me, I really struggle to fit in the Neo because of the midfoot. It's just really tight, and the last is built super thin. These might be a fantastic option for you guys. So here we go. Those are on feet with some white socks. Obviously, you guys can use your imagination on what they would look like on other socks. Super, super nice, comfortable boots. I'm already feeling that little bit, as I mentioned before, right in this area here where what am I trying to say? Your foot arch is a little bit higher, so it does give you this sensation of kind of like pushing you up on your toes, which I think is really cool. I am actually feeling that boot on the front of my shoe, so I don't actually think I'd go a half a size down. I think if you have thinner feet and you want to fit in these, I might go. So there you go. That's what it looks like. I think I'm gonna be fine in these. Maybe if they break in and they're a little bit too big, then okay, maybe I'll switch. But I think for now, those are gonna fit really, really well for my feet, which is awesome. That's what that sole plate looks like. Gosh dang, mate, these are so comfortable. I know you guys are like, oh, you know, this is a leather boot and it's from Japan. How are we gonna get our hands on it? I will just put the link where I got mine from eBay in the link down in the description as well below the Zypher link, because they are actually a fulfillment company from Japan that does stuff with American-based retailers. So they're able to send you Japanese products, including volleyball shoes. And this is not a sponsorship. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but I saw their webpage and their eBay website. They have all the Asics boots, all the Mizuno boots, all the different types of volleyball shoes and tennis shoes and running shoes. So if there are Mizuno boots or Asics boots that you can't get in the US that you really want to, definitely I'll just leave their web store down in the link in the description. You can go through eBay. They are a money back guarantee, so they're verified by eBay and stuff, so no stress there. But anyway, point being, these shoes are insanely comfortable straight out of the box. I'm so impressed with how these fit and feel. The sole plate is really stable. I think that's the best word I can think of. is the stability of the sole plate is super nice, and it feels really nice going side to side. There's a good amount of lockdown. The heel liner is so bloody comfortable. So the suede here, so the suede actually goes all the way from there, all the way around to the other side. And that suede liner is just wrapping my heel and gripping it in a really nice way that doesn't feel extra grippy, but it also gives me a really nice amount of lock-in when I'm pushing off, when I'm going up on my toes, that type of stuff. So I've got a ball and a little rebounder as well, because I did want to show you what the like passing and some sort of juggling looks like as well. So touch on the ball or feel on the ball, so clean. They feel very similar, I will say, on feet. The touch does really feel similar to that Neo 3, the regular Neo 3. The Beta, obviously, with that knit tongue, does have a little bit of a different feel when you're juggling the ball, especially in that laces area. But these feel so nice. The touch is lovely. I do think there's a good amount of lockdown, enough that it would be a boot that I could jump into a match or a training session straight away and be like no problem, even if I had to wear regular socks, which is cool. The width is exceptional for wide-footed players. So to all of you guys who want a lightweight speed boot that's comfortable, that's leather, and also wide fit, I mean, you guys can see my feet are absolute tanks in this area, and look at already how that that really nice deep lacing system is already allowing some stretch in that midfoot area. And the best thing about this lacing system is, in these wide, deep lacing systems, is that as I break these boots in, I'll just be able to tie them tighter and tighter and tighter until they hit their threshold, or their, I guess, the back end of their width. So as they get broken in, I'll just be able to tie them tight, which is super, super nice. So that's what I'm feeling right now. The tongue definitely goes a little bit higher than I would want to right in this area. I imagine you could either cut that off completely or kind of it would go away if I were to lace that hole right there. And so it would kind of pull it across, and maybe this would go down. But that's my only real complaint, is I just am like, oh, I wish the tongue was a little less aggressive there, but that's okay. Passing the ball, really nice. I definitely, okay, two things just in that 30 seconds. Again, you get good enough and you review enough boots and you kind of have an idea of what fits well and what you would wear. These are less padded than a Tiempo Legend 9 Elite in that instep area. I don't really feel the grip all that much, but it doesn't feel bad and it's not too grippy. So I would say maybe it's there. I don't really feel it straight away, but I definitely do feel like this is a nice addition. Even if there's not a lot of extra padding here, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So, I mean, these are so nice. And the way that they, as you run, they really almost do feel like a running shoe, but in a really good way. I know there were comparisons, whose review was it? I believe Josh's review, SR4U's review of the Vapor 15 Elite and Superfly 9 respectively. The Air Zoom unit really did feel like a cushioning of a running shoe. That's kind of the way I think he compared it. And what I would say is, not just because these are built by like a running shoe company, but the way that the sole plate is kind of arced and more bouncy, if you will. I don't know if you can see that from the on-feet portion, but I'm not flexing my foot at all. I'm just going on, I'm kind of rocking back and forth, and that's just the natural shape of the shoe. So if you imagine strike and push off, it's a really natural roll movement, just like a tennis shoe would be, or just like a running shoe would be. And so as I'm running, it gives me this really nice natural sensation of being able to kind of tick over in my stride. So I imagine at full pace, these would just feel so natural. The other thing about the sole plate is I was gonna talk to you guys about the studs. I know I mentioned in the unboxing video, or in the unboxing portion just a few minutes ago, how they're all conical on AG pitches, which I'm on right now. I'm on an indoor AG pitch. They have a great amount of grip, but tons of pivoting power as well. So you can see on here, I've got good pivoting power back and forth. they're a really nice conical shape. So they're not super long, they're not as deep as some of them are, and they're just the right amount of bite so that when you're on an artificial pitch, it's gonna give you that really nice aggressive feel, no issues, no slippage, no nothing, but it's also gonna give you a really nice bite on a firm ground that's basically dry grass or slightly watered grass that hasn't just been an absolute piss down, right? So as I mentioned before, I would recommend an SG model if you were gonna consistently play on, like if you were in England or maybe even in my hometown, Seattle, and you only played on wet fields that were not AG obviously, but the wet grass, definitely see if you can get an SG model as well. But I'm so blown away about, there's zero hotspot. Like I literally have no hotspots. I'm sitting here talking to the camera for 10 minutes plus now, and there are absolutely zero hotspots on these shoes. And I will tell you right now, that is a massive sign of long-term comfort and wearability for me because of how wide my feet are. And I know a lot of you guys have wide feet as well, especially those who watch my channel and who have commented down below, hey, I got wide feet too, thank you so much for this review. That stuff is really, I really value that kind of comment because I know that there are other people around who don't fit in a Vapor, don't fit in a Morelia Neo, but want that lightweight leather sensation. These are the boots for you. I'm telling you now, these are, for me, these straight out of the box are a 9 out of 10. They're that good. Like genuinely, they are that good. And for me, these are better comfort out of the box than the Morelia Neo 3s and the betas. But that's, again, for a wide-footed player, they're better than that. They're exactly the same. They're light, they're fast, they feel really nice on the ball, leather sensation, lovely feel and fit on the ball. And I'm so excited to bring these into a training session and soon into a game. Hopefully I'll get some off-season scrimmages and some stuff as well that you guys can see actually on camera. And yeah, guys, I am super stoked about these boots. If you guys are interested in a pair of these football boots, definitely go check out the link in the description. I will put that as the second link. You guys will, it'll be very obvious which one's the Zypher link, which one's the eBay link to the web store where you can pick these up. I think eBay is international, so definitely go check that out. If you're US based and you want something like this, I would go true to size if you fit up until the edge into a 9 US. If you're a little bit shorter than a 9 US, but you wear 9 US because that's kind of the best fit, I would go half a size down if you're gonna go with a boot. If you fit a little bit less than a size 9. For me, size 9 is like jammed right at the front of the football boot. That's how I like them. So actually these have plenty of space in them. Not a ton, but a great amount. These, I'm gonna keep these. I'm not gonna go a half size down for now. But again, would go half size down if you need to. That's it for the review of the, let's see if I can remember this, Asics DS Lite X-Fly 4 in this beautiful, beautiful, let's not even talk about the colorway. This colorway is insane. I love them. They look amazing. 9 out of 10 football boots for me. You guys will see a 1 month review. I'm gonna beat the hell out of these. I'm gonna play in these like crazy. I'm so excited, and hope you guys enjoyed that review. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, comment down below. Do you like these? Would you wear them? And are you gonna purchase a pair for yourself? And of course, any questions you have, leave them in the comments below. As always, guys, be awesome, take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.